All right, cool. Let's go to the next thing. Okay. Should we talk? Yeah, we should talk about this. While we're talking about that, it's very important that we point out that apparently OTF Doodie Lo, he's having a week. If you guys don't know who this was a guy, I promise you, I thought his career was done. He used to like DM me stuff like, oh, hey, like, here's my side. But even me, and again, we also got to realize, especially as black males, like men in general with certain things, and I'm not saying, these are serious things too, but you don't get a lot of black men don't get the benefit of the doubt. We don't even get well, let's wait and see. It's usually like, get him out of here. So if you guys don't know, this is OTF Doodie Lo. Okay, he signed to OTF, which is Dirk's label. Now, while he was just coming up like last year, maybe the year before, I think it was last year, his ex-girlfriend claimed that he was finagling and fondling her son's booty hole. Now, it's a child. It's like literally a child. Like, I don't think the child was even more than like 5 or 6. Essentially, his ex-girlfriend was calling him a pedophile. Okay? Basically saying he was trying to thigh the child. He immediately denied it. But obviously, people in these situations look at how heinous and how egregious and how disgusted these allegations are and say instantly, yo, brother, we just can't rock with you. And at that moment when this was happening and she was going live a bunch of times, like, kind of like, like recording her son, kind of saying certain stuff and like whatever, Shade Room was covering it. And I said to myself, this nigga is done. And I had a countdown in my mind silently. And I said, Dirk got to drop this guy because it's over. But he did kind of try to say side. But this is why, these days we're in an interesting time. He tried to say, no, that didn't happen. Yo, she set me up. Yo, she's lying. Like, I didn't do it. You know what I mean? And you know what we said? Yeah, all right, nigga. They all say that. I didn't believe him at all. What ends up happening is that there was a whole investigation. Number one, he wasn't charged with anything. But number two, he eventually sued her because she was cooperating with police and making certain statements, proclaiming what he did that she knew as a fact while he said he didn't know. Now, he did have some proof, but again, the problem with these type of situations, the crime is so disgusting, we just want to say off with his neck. What happened recently, almost a year after, pretty much his name kind of got cleared, his ex got locked up for making false statements to police and perhaps some, and I think perjury as well. We're going to look at the charges. He wrote this on Instagram. He says, this was a long, stressful milestone in my life. Throughout the trials and tribulations, I stood tall after all the lies and backlash. Shout out to Ariel SQ305. My attorney was up sleepless nights answering the phone. Any time of the night, I love my team. Stop playing my name. First in history, justice. First time being served from a scorned woman who tried to ruin me. Cancel her. Stay blessed. He says the 11 we holding up is for 11 million. So he sued her for defamation because not only did she try to get him locked up, she went online as well and proclaimed him to be a pedophile. Apparently, obviously he didn't get charged, but it was apparently proven that what she said about him publicly was defamatory. And he was awarded $11 million in this lawsuit. This is very rare, and we don't see these things at all. Anyway, she was arrested recently, his ex, And it says the description is contradictory statements, official proceedings, and it says perjury, official proceedings. Okay? This is a picture of her getting locked up. If you scroll up on my page, you will see the video of her getting locked up here.
She has her.
Basically watching the same video over again, and I think this is the mugshot. But attractive girl too. You know, this is a very interesting time we're in, right? For anybody who is a victim and a real victim, or got taken advantage of, or, you know, obviously if you have kids and someone took advantage of your kids, that is a traumatizing, heartbreaking, and a very disgusting criminal act. And you would hope that justice would be served and, you know, the person or the person who committed whatever offense would be punished. I will admit, apparently when it comes to some of these situations, the people or persons who do the offense do not get caught. So I understand it for victims as well. This is why it's a very interesting situation, right? For victims, they're like, well, most times the person who did do it, there's not enough proof to punish them. But then there are certain people, and I don't know what the percentages are on either or whatever. There's certain people and certain women who weaponize and are down to weaponize the police over a man. They're arguing with their dude, or they're catching their dude cheating. They threw all your clothes out the window. They bleached everything. Y'all get in the argument, but you ain't touch her. You about to leave or some shit. She threatens to call the cops on you. Or she shows up to the house. It's your house, but she's living with you. Now she wants you to leave out of your own place. You're like, I'm not leaving. I'm paying the bills here. Well, I'm gonna call the cops and say you hit me. The police unilaterally are going to believe the woman. Men usually are on the defense. My mom upstairs, she could tell you. If I've ever been in an argument with a woman, number one, I love calling her. Only women can save you at that point. As a man, you're defenseless. So if you're arguing with a woman, it's getting tense. And here's the thing with women too. They know they're so protected. A woman will, say a woman catches you cheating. You ain't shit, blah, 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 blah. She'll fucking punch you in the mouth. Bang! You just got hit in the mouth. What the fuck? Yo, chill. You can't hit her. Don't hit her, fellas. Don't do it. But you're like, yo, chill. By the way, you also got to be careful grabbing her. If she's one of these little red bone, tender bonies, they bruise easily. You don't even want to touch her or even try to restrain her. Because as soon as you let go of her, she's running to that bathroom to take pictures of that bruise. Because they know what's going on. So you got to just literally duck, bob, weave. Like, you know what mama says? And this is the most pussy thing to do. Run out of the house. Run into the middle of the streets. Keep your camera phone on. Only way. Run away. That is the case when it comes to like domestic violence. It's very hard to deal with those situations when sometimes, you know, a woman takes advantage of, you know, what people assume situations to be, and they'll get violent with you. So they'll slap you, they'll spit on you, they'll punch you in the mouth. If you touch them, they're like, I'm calling the cops. Right? So some women know how to play the game and play the system. Now, granted, this is a little bit different because accusation of, like, you know, child molestation is very serious, or accusation of any sexual assault is very serious. Right? And I don't know what their situation was. And I don't even want to assume, but I hope it's not this. I've seen women, when they realize that a relationship won't work, resort to then allegations or threaten you with allegations to keep you in line. She find out you keep fucking with that same girl she don't like. It's the third time she caught you cheating. You're trying to leave. She gonna pull it out like a yellow card in soccer. Yo, hey, I'll get your ass locked up. In a lot of toxic relationships, you got to sit there. Now, this is if, again, these are the worst extremes of where people ain't victims, but they're using the thought and theory a lot of times that the woman is usually the victim, but they're using and weaponized against men. So she got locked up. By the way, beautiful girl too. My theory is this. That nigga was either cheating or he was about to dip. And you know when you ever broke up with a girl or cheated on a girl, or y'all ended on bad terms, first thing she says, that nigga dick little. Second thing she gonna say, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga gay. What did Fabio Foreign's girl say? Yo, he was fucking me and we're fucking, and he says, give me that dick. So you're coming out now to tell us that you were fucking what you believe is a gay man, and you continue to do it for years and even have kids with the gay man. But now you want to expose the gay man to the public. Make that make sense. By the way, she also came out later to say she was lying. Glad y'all brought that up. I don't even think we talked about it last time. And y'all are going to probably look into this more than probably needs to be.